Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Toys for the Blind support group. This uh, this meeting, we're going to be talking about the Victor Reader Stream. The Victor Reader Stream is made by Humanware, and it is, I call it the blind person's iPod. So this is what the Victor Reader Stream looks like. It's very I'll pass it around so everybody can feel it. I'm just going to show the camera feed so they can see what the Victor Reader Stream looks like. So I'm going to pass it around, let you get a feel for it. You can see on the front face, there's a bunch of buttons. Now there's three on the top, and then there's on the bottom there's three, and then a one, and then there's 12 buttons that mimic a telephone keypad. So you've got 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6. So remember, like the old telephones used to be. So, but basically, that's how you use the Victor Reader Stream. It's got tactile buttons that you can press, and it navigation and whatever. So once everybody gets a look at it, I will kind of describe the buttons. But if you look at the left side, on the side, there's three buttons. There's the button that's closest to the top. That is the power on off button. You have to hold that down for about 3 seconds, and that also functions as a it's the power on off if you hold it, push and hold it down. If you if you just push it quick, it goes from three different settings: speed, tone, and volume. And there are buttons underneath it are a toggle up and toggle down button that allows you to increase the speed. So if you like to listen to your stuff a little bit faster, or if you want to slow it down and take notes on it, or really absorb it, that the tone kind of changes the tone just a little bit, so inflections in the voice, and then the volume up and down. On the other side, there's one button that is the record button, and I'll show you more about that later on when we get it turned on. At the very top, on the top edge, there's a place where you can plug in headphones, and there's also a SD high capacity card. That's the card that kind of stores most of the memory for your books and whatever. And then down at the bottom is at the bottom edge, there's a place where you can plug in your charger. Now, the way the Victor Reader Stream works, if you want, I can basically the Victor Reader Stream will you can download books. So books from the National Library Service or other kinds of books, even textbooks, if you're taking some classes or whatever. Like when I started my business enterprise program with the vending machines, I had to take a ServSafe class, which is food safety. So I was able to get that book put on my Victor Reader Stream. It'll also do MP3. It'll do a lot of different stuff. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is take the SD card out, and then I'm going to turn it on without the SD card. And I'm just holding this button down. So when the SD card is not in the, let me turn the volume up.
One to enter or exit the built-in user guide. Tone, volume.
So I'm just pushing that top button, then I'm
volume 15, volume Volume.
Okay, so that's the highest I can go with the volume. Now, when the SD card is out, it basically works as a like tutorial. So as you push a button, it'll tell you what each button does. So at the very top, there's three buttons along the very top edge of on the front face. The left button
Go to page.
is a go-to, so you can go to a page.
Go to page. Go to page.
And it'll go to like different things if you're actually in a book. I'll show you that when I put the SD card back in. But the right button is
Bookmark. Bookmark.
is a bookmark. So you can make bookmarks in your books. So let's say you want to, you're halfway through a chapter and you have to, stop and, go to the restroom or whatever, case you always want to, make sure you get back to the same place so you can save a, bookmark. I use the bookmarks a lot for, like with my different Bible studies that I have through church. Each week you're in a different chapter. So I want to make sure I go to the right chapter that I'm listening. So the middle button on that top is
Bookshelf. NLS Bard.
it's
Two. The Emperor's Revenge.
You
by
can
Clive
actually
Cuthbert and Boyd Morrison.
go between the regular books that you download, and you can actually download books from the National Library Service right from here if you have a internet and Wi-Fi connection. We're not going to do that today, but it is possible to just, instead of going onto your computer and downloading, you can download them from right from the Victor Reader stream.
Bookshelf. Zero. Books. No media.
So
hold key 1 to enter or exit the built-in user guide.
So I'm gonna let me push.
Bookshelf 1.
So the number one, I'm gonna get into the user guide here in a minute, but button 1 is just bookshelf, and it has all different kinds of media that you can get into.
Scroll up. 2.
Number 2 is scrolling up.
Manage books. 3.
3 is manage books. So like if you wanted to, let's say you finished a book and you wanted to delete it, you would press 3, and then it would ask you, do you want to delete this book? You press 3 again, and then you go down to the bottom right, which is the pound key, and that's the OK button. So if you actually did want to delete the book, you would press that bottom right key, the pound key, and it would delete it. If you wanted to cancel that, you would press the star button, which was on the bottom left. Let's see here. Number 4.
Move back. 4.
4 is move back. 6 is move forward, obviously. Now, like if you're in a book, you can go between chapters that way, or you can actually set it up. There's different levels, so you can set it up for to go chapter by chapter. You can set it up to go book by book, like if you're listening to the Bible and you want to go between, let's say, if you want to go between Genesis and Exodus, you could just have it on level 2 or whatever, and it would go book to book. Or if you have, like, the one app I have has the one book I have has both the Old and New Testament. So if I'm on level 1, it'll go from the Old Testament to the New Testament, just kind of skip right 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 to the, so there's different levels that you can skip from. Number 5 is where am I? So like if you're listening to a book and you want to see how many minutes were left in the book or whatever, you would possibly press that.
Menu. Navigation and playback.
7 is menu.
Skip. All.
There's different things that you can push by pressing 7.
Language. Text-to-speech
you
voice.
can
Right.
change the different languages. I'm just
Recording.
pressing
Built-in
7
microphone
button.
file type. MP3 96 kilobits per second.
So
No S format SD card.
there's just different things you can do in this.
Multi-tap text entry method. Navigation and playback. Loop.
You can
Off.
just a lot you
Skip.
can do in that.
All. Play.
So then number 8.
Footnote. Play.
8.
Page number. Play.
It'll let you do different things, but it's also the toggle down as well.
Playback mode. 9.
And then 9. So then at the very bottom, well, so then below all the and 0.
Info. 0.
0.
No media.
So
battery powered. 100%. Downloads info. Not connected to wireless
it's
network.
giving you all kinds of information about the.
Connecting to wireless network.
It's giving you all different kinds of information. You press 0. So
play stop.
So then underneath the 0 is a
17. Oh.
button.
Hours. 17. Oh.
It's basically the sleep timer that you can, and it also tells you obviously the date and time as well if it was set right. But that if and I'll show you when the SD card is plugged in. This is just kind of giving you a little bit of an idea of what each button does before we start. And at the very bottom in the middle is
play, stop,
play and pause or play and stop button. And to the left is like a rewind few minutes or a few second arrow. And to the right is fast forward a few second arrow. Does anybody want to kind of feel that before we feel it again and kind of push a couple of the buttons and see before we move on, then turn it on with the card in? Okay, anybody else want to check it out? Push some buttons on it?
Since I can see, do you have any literature on that so I could read about it?
So you can probably, I don't have any literature, but you probably could, trying to think what the best way to,
Does Amazon have any?
Humanware would be the one to, and I can give you the number for Humanware afterwards. I do have it in my contact. So remind me when we're done, and I'll get you the number for Humanware, and they can probably give you. But I'll show you here in a few minutes. Does anybody else want to kind of push the buttons and see how it works before I move to the putting the SD card in and showing you some of the capabilities of it? You're good? Okay. Let me turn it off and then I'll put the SD card in. And these SD cards are amazing. They're let me just pass that around just real quick. It's real tiny. So be careful.
Yeah.
But that is an SD high capacity card.
Yeah.
And I think it holds about 16 gigabytes of memory.
Be careful.
Yep, I know. That's like my camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought one for my camera, the largest one you can get. And I've got a printer. And the card's too big for the printer.
Oh no.
Physically fit in it.
Oh no.
So you have to wire the camera to the computer.
You see what it looks like or what it's like there, Karen?
Well, I keep dropping it.
Ooh.
What a good idea.
Yeah.
Can you need help, Karen?
I've got it,
Okay. I'll take it back.
but thank you. Pick it up again.
Right.
Pass that around again.
I'm not gonna pass it around again. Put this back in, make sure I got it in the right way. All right. So let me turn this on. I'm holding down the button on the top, left side again.
Welcome to Victor Reader. The Holy Bible, New International Version.
Okay,
New Testament.
so I'm pushing, the number 1, okay?
Bookshelf. Talking books. 14. Books. 9. The
So
Holy Bible, New International Version.
that tells
New
you
Testament.
how many books I have that I had downloaded from the National Library Service. Now, if I can page,
8. Robert's Rules in plain English.
I'm hitting the 4 button and I'm going backwards
The Golden
through
Book of Oswald
through the
Chambers.
books.
Selections for the year.
Okay.
5.
6.
Penciler Spanish Level 1. Learn to speak.
5. Crosshairs.
And I can
By James Patterson and James O'Born.
and I can go,
6.
Penciler Spanish
if I
Level
hit the
1.
6
Learn to
button,
speak, understand,
I can
and
go,
read Spanish.
back through it
Language program.
to the right. So,
7.
My
so
utmost for
just a
your
way
time.
of getting
The
through
Golden Book of Oswald Chambers.
the different,
8.
Robert's Rules in plain
chap,
English.
the
By Doris
different
P.
books. Then if I wanted to play one of those books, I hit the, play stop button on the bottom,
Copyright 1997 by Doris P.
and
Zimmerman.
it's
Read by Lou Harpenel.
playing it.
This
So
book
like,
was originally created for
show
audio
you,
cassette
like,
playback.
I'm hitting the
Library
6
boundaries,
button
annotation.
and I'm going
Condenses the
through different,
contents. Acknowledgements. Site 1.
I'm just kind of
The
like
glossary of parliamentary terms.
paging forward
Abstain to
through
refrain
different
from voting.
things.
Ad hoc
Um,
committee. A
I'm
special
hitting
committee.
pause button now, but let me actually, so if I wanted to fast forward a little bit, I could hold down that button. If I hold it down for
Incidental
about
motion.
5 seconds, it'll page through it like a minute at a time, or it'll actually go 5 minutes if you, so then if I wanted to delete it, that book, I could push the 3 button and it would say,
Delete current book from SD
delete
card.
current book from SD card. Now, I would have to press the 3 button again and then press the pound button, but I'm going to press the cancel button instead, which is the star.
Cancel.
So I don't want to delete that. But then if let's say I wanted to, let me get into a different book just to kind of.
Bookshelf. Talking books. 14. Books. 8. 9. 10. 11. The Jerusalem. 10.
Let me go to this one.
9. The Holy Bible. New International Version. New Testament.
All right, so let's say I wanted to listen to that. I push the play pause.
For this reason.
Now let's say I wanted to go to a certain area. I'm hitting the top left button now.
Go to page.
I can either go to a page,
Go to heading.
or I can go to a heading,
Go to time.
or I can go to like a time.
Go to page.
And those are the 3 different things I can do. Now, if I wanted to, let's say I had a bookmark in there, so
Go to bookmark.
I could go to a bookmark, and I'm going to go to, let's see here, which one would this be? Bookmark 2.
To the church in Ephesus.
So my Tuesday night men's Bible study is doing Revelation right now. So that brings me to one of the chapters in Revelation. That same button on the right, if I push it again,
Go to bookmark.
go to bookmark, push it again,
Insert bookmark.
I can insert a bookmark. And if I wanted to insert any number bookmark, I could just press the number I wanted to insert and then press the play pause button, and it would insert that bookmark. And then I could go back to that bookmark, anytime.
Start highlight bookmark.
Or highlighting bookmark, I'm not certain what exactly that does. It's more of a visual thing.
Bookmark list.
You can, list your bookmarks,
Remove
or
bookmark.
if you wanted to remove a bookmark, you could type in the bookmark number that you wanted to remove. Like every week we go to a different chapter of Revelation. So I can delete the bookmark on chapter 10 and go to place it on chapter 11. So I know exactly where to go. the next week.
Note bookmark.
So then if I push the one button again, that's kind of like my,
1.
oh, I was back in the bookmarks. All right, let's give that. All right.
Bookshelf.
So
Talking
I'm
book.
on my bookshelf.
Book.
So
Nine.
we've kind of done the
The Holy
talking,
Bible. New
the
International.
talking book
New
thing.
Testament.
I'm gonna push one again.
Other books. 1.
There's other
Book.
books.
1. Surf safe.
That's like that serve safe book that I would guess that probably like if you had textbooks or whatever, like if somebody was going to college and wanted to get a textbook in digital format, it would probably be in this file.
Music. 1. Book. 1. All music.
I've got all different kinds of music. So what I did was I had somebody help me put all my CDs on this. So instead of trying to figure out and fumble around with what CD I have, everything is stored on this. So,
1. All music. 1.
So
All music.
play.
How long have you had that?
It's been quite a few years. So this is actually a friend of mine.
Pretty cool.
This is a friend of mine wrote a song for me. Oh, this wasn't the song he wrote, but this is the same guy that wrote a song about me. But anyway, so that's the push one, you get you into music and you can listen to all different kinds of music. Then the next time you push one,
Bookshelf. Music. 1.
all right, so
1. Text files. 2.
so it'll
1. HumanWare Stream 3.3 release notes.html.
so the HumanWare Victor Reader Streamer release notes. So I'll get into that here in a couple minutes because it basically shows you everything that the Victor Reader Stream will do in that particular whatever piece of data. So then if I push it again,
428.
so
Notes. 482.
the notes thing is nice. I use the note thing quite a bit. So remember that button on the right side that was kind of like indented? I can let's say I'm wanting to record this meeting and then look back on it. I can push this button.
Start recording.
So I'm recording now. If I want to pause my recording, that same play pause button that is down the bottom, I push that.
Recording.
I can pause it, and then
Resume recording.
I can push that button again, and it'll resume recording. And then if I want to stop it, I'll just push that record button on the right side again.
Stop recording. Note 483 created.
And so it now I can also, the buttons on the top, I can say
Go to note.
go to note, and I can type in
483.
So I'm recording now. If I want to pause my recording, that same play pause button that is down the bottom, I can push that button again and it'll resume. So pretty neat to have that as well. See what else is on there.
Bookshelf. Notes. 4.
Notes.
Talking books.
All right, and so we're
Books.
back to
9.
the talking
Bible.
books.
New International Version. New Testament.
Now, remember how I pressed and held down the one key with the SD card out? Well, I can also press and hold down the one key with the SD card in,
Enter user guide.
and I'm in the user guide. Now,
Victor Reader Stream user guide.
and this is basically the user guide for the Victor Reader Stream. And just by hitting 4 and 6 and hitting play and 4 and 6, I can go all the way through the user guide.
Victor Reader Stream user guide. HumanWare. Victor Reader Stream. User Guide by Humanware. Revision 34-2016/08/24. User Guide about Victor Reader Stream. Humanware is proud to introduce Victor Reader Stream, the powerful digital talking book player. Victor Reader Stream is designed as an advanced high-performance DAISY, MP3, and NISO player for students, professionals, or on-the-go people who have extensive reading needs. It allows you to transfer content from your PC to its removable flash memory card and prove it as advanced navigation of multiple formats including DAISY, MP3, NISO, and electronic text. The Victor Reader Stream will be referred to as the stream throughout this user guide to shorten the text. Copyright 2016.
So gives you a little
All
bit,
rights reserved.
but you can hit
Technologies
the
used
6
as well.
button and you can go to,
1.1 Unpacking the player.
you can go to the,
contains the following items. Victor Reader Stream with SD card and rechargeable battery installed. Silicone case. Power adapter. Long USB cable to connect to the PC or power adapter. Short USB cable to connect to a USB flash drive. Earphones. Warranty card. In some countries, the package may also contain a card to fill out to purchase an optional extension to
okay, so,
1.2 physical description of Victor Reader Stream.
all right, so
1.2. Front face of the player. The face of the player can be divided into upper and lower sections. In the upper section are 5 rows of 3 keys each. The top left key is the go-to-page key to allow you to go directly to a desired page or heading number. Above the go-to-page key is a very small hole. This is the built-in mono microphone. To the right of the go-to-page key is the circular-shaped online button for turning on and off the airplane mode, Wi-Fi, and switching between the player's standard and online bookcases. At the 2 o'clock position of this online button is a LED, which glows amber when the player's Wi-Fi feature is turned on. The LED blinks when actively trying to connect to a network. The LED is turned off when the airplane mode is turned on and when the stream has no
So-
network.
I mean, basically anything, any questions you have, you can get into this user guide and it'll tell you where you need to go, what do you need to do, or whatever. Do you want to listen to the rest of the description of the buttons like I described before? Because we can play that and listen to it if you guys want to. Or do you think you're good? Yeah, okay. Let me play it back.
Has no network configuration. To the right of the online button is the bookmark key for setting and returning to marked passages. The bookmark key also allows you to toggle between uppercase and lowercase letters when typing a password. Rows 2 through 5 comprise a 12-key telephone-style numeric keypad with 2 raised dots on the number 5 key. This numeric keypad is used to move through the structure of a book as well as enter bookmark, page, or heading numbers. Below the number pad is a raised horizontal line that separates the upper and lower sections. The lower section contains 4 keys. The play/stop key is located at the bottom of the player between the rewind, fast-forward keys. Above the play/stop key is the sleep key. Press this sleep key once to announce the time and date. Press it multiple times to activate different sleep timers, after which the player will automatically shut off. 1.2.2 left side of the player. On the left side of the player, near the top corner, is the power/toggle button. Press and hold this button to power on and off the player. Below the power button is a green LED indicator. This LED glows steady when the stream is powered on and blinks while the stream is off and recharging the battery. When the player is on, you press this same power button to toggle the volume, speed, and tone/pitch settings. Below the green LED are 2 triangular buttons. These are the up and down buttons used to increase or decrease the respective volume, speed, or tone/pitch selected with the toggle button. These settings are saved between sessions. For your convenience, separate volume settings are saved for the built-in speaker and headphones. 1.2.3 right side of the player. On the right side of the player, near the top corner, is the stereo microphone jack, which can be used to connect an external microphone or line in. Below the microphone jack is the record button, which has a red circle painted on it with a raised dot in the middle. 1.2.4 top edge of the player. The top edge consists of the SD memory card slot, and just under it is the speaker outlet. To the right of the SD slot is the headphone jack, which can also be used to connect to external speakers. 1.2.5 bottom edge of the player. In the center of the bottom edge is the micro USB port. It has a small raised dot below it. Use this port to access content on USB flash storage devices using the included short USB cable. You may also plug the included long USB cable to this port and the other end to a computer USB port in order to transfer content between the computer and the player. While connected to the computer, the battery will also recharge. Charging from the computer USB may be slower, or the player may not charge at all depending on the amount of power supplied by the computer. The most effective way to recharge is to use the long USB cable connected to the included power adapter to recharge the player from the power mains. Note, if you wish, you may safely use any other commercial USB charger without damaging your stream. However, other chargers may take longer to charge the stream.
Okay, I think
Human would recommend a 1 amp.
that's probably gives you a pretty good description of what all it does. Is there, so there's a lot of capabilities there. You know, you can either download books, if you have a good Wi-Fi connection, you can download them just by pushing that middle button on the top and download them right to the Victor Reader stream, or you can download them from the National Library Service on the nlsbard.loc.gov website, and you can put them on your computer, and then you can take that little SD card that you felt and plug it into the computer, and you can download the books through Bard Express to that SD card, and then they'll be on your stream. Now, other things like putting music on and whatever is a little bit more difficult. So I'm not real certain how to do that, but you know, there's definitely ways to put other kinds of media on there too, and it'll hold quite a bit. I mean, I've got, I think, 11 or 12 books. I've had as many as 50 or 60 books on there at a time, plus all the music and everything else.
You have to be really pretty computer savvy to have all those.
Not, I mean, so as far as you know, downloading the books from the Bard website, you know, the Bard Express is just an app that you can download right to your computer. It makes it a lot easier to download the books from the National Library Service. So you know, not super computer savvy. If you had a computer, I mean, it's something that you could catch on to pretty quick, I'm sure. So
This thing that we're looking at here on the table, that is actually the Victor Reader screen.
this is the Victor Reader stream. Yes.
Okay, now, I had a book that I really wanted to read, and it was
Mhm.
on there.
Mm-hmm.
So then if I'm driving to my son's, I could listen to that.
Could listen to that, and actually, yeah, you could listen to it. You know, just make sure you set it up, you know, someplace where you're not fumbling with it while you're trying to drive. Get it started and then take off. But yeah, you could listen to it
Okay.
anywhere.
So
Let's see this battery. So let me show you a couple of other things here. Let me get back into, oops,
It takes an hour and 10 minutes.
it takes you what?
An hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, you would definitely have plenty of time. Let me do this. Get out of
Exit user guide.
Okay, so let me get out of the user guide.
The Holy Bible.
Um,
New International Version. New Testament.
so
Other books. Notes.
get back.
4. Talking books.
Okay,
14.
so
Books.
also,
9. The Holy Bible. New International Version. New Testament.
if you are outside of a book and you press the 0 button,
Info. Battery powered. 100%.
it tells you
Downloads info.
battery
Not
power,
connected to wireless network.
all that
Wireless. Connected
stuff.
to wireless network.
So it's
About Victor Reader.
kind of neat.
Blushes.
Yeah, but it holds a pretty decent charge. I'm not certain how many hours, but you could probably listen to it all the way to your sons and all the way back at least a couple times. I only charge it once every week or two.
Oh,
So it holds quite a decent charge. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, yeah. Anybody else have any other questions? Anything else?
No, I don't see me getting one of those, but I would enjoy. I like I like listening to the reading
Yeah.
a little bit.
I mean,
Not a reader.
so it's a little bit pricey. But you know,
what's a little bit?
that's well, so as compared to other assistive technology, it's probably not as it's $550. But it does, quite a bit of stuff, and you can, listen to, um, you know, a lot of different things and a lot of different media. So, and if like I was thinking Crystal would really benefit from it. She was talking about taking classes, and she would probably be able to download all of the books to to the Victor Reader stream and listen to her books this way. That way she could carry it around, be on campus, and have a few minutes she could be listening to her books.
Does Tori have them?
Tori does have them. So she has Tori actually has this is the Victor Reader stream second edition. Tori's is the third edition, so it's actually a little bit more streamlined, a little bit better, probably has a little bit better battery. Yeah. So
And I need a lot of those tools.
you would have to talk to Tori about that. I know she had gotten one for another client, and he was not able to it was too advanced for him to use. So I think he gave it back to her. But yeah, I mean, if you live in Licking County, and I don't know how deep CVI's pockets are, but it's possible that if you were interested, she could help you to get one.
I'll even get one maybe through that blind organization that I'm in. I forget what the name of that is.
Oh, you mean OOD, Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, or?
It's what Dan Kelly works for.
Yeah, OOD, Opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I know he works for the OOD, but he also works for the school, the blind school in
Yeah.
Columbus, right?
He does a couple different things.
Mhm.
This thing here, he just does on the job, on the side.
I don't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to say that Tori would be able to get them for you. Just talk to her about it and tell her it might be something you're interested in, see what she would say.
Yeah, I'm not, Ken, are you interested in them?
I might be, but I think what I don't do is, I talked with my girl yesterday from the VA, and I will probably get it through the VA.
Oh,
Yeah.
talk to the VA, Ken, because they may explain.
That's something that I want to see.
It's convenient and little, you know.
It's very good to me with giving me advice.
Mhm.
That's good.
And the girl goes out, I guess, a caseworker, I don't know. I talked with her yesterday, actually. Well, I've got her phone number, so if I decide to pursue that, I'll give her a call.
Okay.
She's the one that gave me my vision buddy that I was telling you about that I use.
Yeah, see what, hey, the only thing she could say is no, right?
What's the vision, buddy?
uh, You're gonna take my phone away from my meeting next week. 2 weeks.
Uh,
It
All right.
is actually, I guess, best way to describe it is glorified set of binoculars. And you can use it as a magnifier. I use it. To watch my grandson play football. I can set, I can't see him on the field. If I sit in the stands, with his vision buddy, these goggles, I can sit in the stands and watch the kids down on the goal line. I can read the numbers on their back. I can read the scoreboard.
Did you have to look through binoculars at the whole time?
That's right on your head. That's
Oh.
right on your head.
Is that Sheila? Or somebody come back?
No.
Okay, I thought somebody came back in.
So, yeah, we'll do that. And Saturday, I mean, what, taking it up to the hockey arena to watch the grandson play hockey.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And so, it'll magnify, it'll read a book to you. So it'll read to you. And, it's really great for watching TV.
You say it's a vision, buddy? Does Tori have that?
I don't think she does,
I
but
don't
we
know.
talked about it. They're very, very expensive.
Yeah.
They're very, very expensive, but.
But the VA got it for you?
So let me do this. Do you guys have any other questions about the Victor Reader stream? Because we'll stop the video so that it doesn't go on for forever. Any more questions?
No.
No? Everybody good? All right, let me call Sheila and she can come and get that and then we can talk as long as you guys want to talk. Turn voiceover on.
I will ask my guy through the blind about the vision, buddy.
Call Sheila
Because I need
Klesich.
help watching TV.
Calling Sheila Klesich, mobile.
I watched the football playoffs. Ohio State.
All right, thanks, Sheila.
Just got a little apparatus.
That call at 2:51 p.m.
Put right into your factory.
Let me go ahead and pray us out while she's coming down.
You said you go to the VA? I go there too. That's why I didn't show up a couple times to some of these events. I'm getting my shots in the eyes.
You did them for VA?
Yeah, every 8 weeks or approximately, and that's.
Both eyes,
Huh?
both eyes.
Yep. Well, my right eye's gone.
We're done.
The center of it's gone, everything else. And the left eye is what they're trying to save. And I got a cataract and they won't take it off because.
If it bleeds, you're blind.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yep, so they don't want to do it, but